Good morning, year one, and welcome to the fourth day of our work on shapes. And today there's something a bit different about our title page. Instead of being 2D shapes, it's talking about 3D shapes. So you may want to explain to your grown-ups exactly what 3D shapes are, or you may not be able to remember, in which case our starters will go after our starter. You'll be shown some examples. Okay, so when you're ready, grown-ups, start the video again, and you'll need whiteboards and whiteboard pens, and we're going to be doing halves and quarters. So again, grown-ups, it's going to be down to you to do some really accurate drawing. So year one, we're looking at working out which ones of these shapes are quarters and which ones are halves. So pause the video and have a go at drawing the right shape on the right size. When I say drawing, that's right, it's grown-ups, you're going to be doing the drawing. So this first one here, although it's 4 sections shaded, it's half of the total shape, so it goes there. And the next one follows it there as well for the same reason. This time it's 6 out of 12 sides. This next one though is only 1 out of 4, which is a quarter. Next one, I think you're right, that's a half. And the next one is also a half. Lots of halves today. So what about this one? Well, if you look carefully, there are actually 16 sections, and a quarter of 16 is 4, and that's how many are shaded. And then we've got 2 out of 8, which is another quarter there, and this last one is probably the easiest one, despite the fact it's rotated around. It's just 1 out of 4. So that's how it should look. I bet your grown-ups drew those beautifully. Okay, so I bet you've been thinking about what a 3D shape is, and the easiest way probably would have been to find one around your house. And guess what? That's what you're going to be doing today, having a look for a load of different 3D shapes. So let's just have a look at a 2D representation of a 3D shape. So this is a cube. The most common one of these you will have around your house is probably a dice. And it's got vertices, it's corners. It's got faces, it's got this, that's one face, that's another face, and then instead of having sides, it's got edges. So the big difference is it's 3-dimensional, which is what 3D stands for, instead of 2D. Now, if you watch the following sections of this video, it will go through the 6 shapes that you need to know, and the 6 shapes that you're going to go on a shape safari for. So, grown-ups, when you're ready, start the video again. Okay, so this is the first 3D shape we're going to look at, and if you look at it at first, it just looks like a triangle, but if we move it around, you can see that there are different faces. So, and altogether this pyramid or tetrahedron has got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. Now a sphere is probably one of the strangest shapes, and you're best looking at it by just looking at a football or something like that. But if you look carefully, you'll see the shades changing, because a sphere only has 1 face, and it also has pretty much no vertices and no edges. So this next shape is a cube, and it looks a bit initially like just a square facing you, but when we turn it through 3 dimensions, you see that there are actually a total of 6 different faces. 1 at the bottom, 1 at the top, and then 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4 around this center, so that gives you a total of 8. Next shape we're going to look at is a cuboid. Now a cuboid is basically a rectangle turned into 3 dimensions, so it also has 6 faces, but those are different sides. Now sometimes they can be cubes at the front and cubes at the back, but generally speaking they're going to have oblongs or rectangles on all the 6 faces. Next shape we're looking at is a cylinder. Now a cylinder has got a circular base, circular top, and then it's got a single face joining those two together. So altogether it's got 3 faces. The last shape is probably one of the most deceptive because looking at it at the moment it just looks like a circle, but if we were to tilt it, you'll see it becomes a cone. And if we keep tilting it, it looks almost like a circle again, but when we turn it around the side, if you watch the shade and the shine, it's one face. So it basically has got 2 faces, one at the bottom and one right round that comes to the point at the top. Okay, so now you've had a look at all the different 3D shapes that we're going to be asking you to look for. Here is the challenge from the robots. Your challenge today is to find as many different 3D shapes as you can around the house. If possible, take photos, label them with their names and send them in to us. And that's the end of today's maths lesson. But here we've put together this slide just to help you to remember what you're looking for. And I can't wait to hear from you.